Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, the 5th of June. I want to talk about the relationship between matter and mind, spirit, and what this world of matter actually is and what it does. And I'm going from the beginning of the Bible, where it clearly states that matter, the world, existed in its own right. There was something there that was matter. It was in chaos and it was unformed, but it was not a figment of the imagination of the mind of God. It was actually there. Yeah, it exists. So and then you had the mind of God as a separate entity at that moment. And God had desires. The Spirit of God, the thought, the emotion that created desires. And it was the mind of God that merged with matter. The two became one. And then matter forms itself. It creates an image, the image of the desire of God. And that is the union between mind and matter. And that is what happened. So when you come into this world, spirit, matter creates an image of you. It creates an image of how it sees you, how this world sees you. It creates an image in carbon. So that is what matter is. It is you in carbon. And what that creates is that you, the observer, can now observe yourself as in a different form. Yeah? You are both at the moment. We are both. We're in the duality of being both spirit and we're being the observer and the observed. But the image you're looking at is you. Yeah? And it is the truth according to this world. This is how the world sees you. And then your spirit is animating the matter. Yeah? Your spirit is driving the form. It is the driving force. Now, we keep saying, where do we come from? What are we? What is, the source? And we get these thoughts coming in like, we are all powerful beings. We are beautiful beings of light. I am all there ever is and ever will be. Yeah? I am all. And we say, well, what are we? That is the memory of what you thought you were before you came here. That is the memory you're looking for. Yeah? That was the perception of the spirit of itself before it entered into this world. And now you think you're being lied to because the reflection is not showing you what you thought you were. Yeah? This world is, Satan is a liar. This world is a liar. This is just not truth. I knew the truth when I was out there in spirit. I was a beautiful being. I was a powerful being. I'm all there ever is and ever will be. And this is just not reflecting the truth. It is matter that is at fault. Yeah? I was spirit and I knew it all. And this is not it. But this is the truth. This is the reality, the solid reality of what you are. Look at it. Deal with it. This is who you are. Now, I was thinking about Steiner. And Steiner said, I have this book here, The Knowledge of the Higher Worlds. I have another book that I can't find at the moment. Now, in the other book, he's talking about the great guardian of the threshold. And he says that you will see, a being on the threshold, on the other side of the door. And he says that is an ugly being. And you are supposed to, the ugly being says to you, you have to correct me. You have to make me into a beautiful being of light so I can cross across the threshold and become one with you. Yeah? And in this book, and I actually underlined that at some point, he says that, hold on, where are we? There's a bookmark somewhere there, about human beings. Yeah? He says, human beings, as they now are, with their present mode of life, they have sprung from an imperfect stage of spiritual existence. We came from imperfection. We are standing at the threshold. That ugly little thing sitting on the other side of the door is your soul. And it is, in a way, the reflection, the being, the solid being that is now looking back at its source. It is the experience judging the source and trying to correct the source, not the other way around. We are trying to correct our soul. But I say it is a perception of what God is, a perception of what we thought we were before we came here. I mean, I said again, I said like God's knowledge. God has knowledge. And I said good and bad is not in the knowledge, but in the way that you use the knowledge that creates good or bad. I heard this morning in a video, guy sitting there saying knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And again, saying no, the power is not in the knowledge itself, it's how you use it, but here. It's a reflection of God himself in the Bible, like in Job. Can you, what does it say about can you chain, like the Pleiades, or loosen the belt of Orion? Even if you had that power, you would be an absolute idiot to loosen the belt of Orion, because the consequences of that, the cosmic consequences of that would be immeasurable. You would be a complete prat to do it just because you can. But there is again the perception of God, of a being of great power, and that is the memories of ourselves, what we thought we were before we came. And this solid reality is kind of teaching us, darling, you're not that. Yeah, now we're blaming the reflection for not reflecting back our truth, showing us something else. But we were the enlightened truth before we came, so what the hell is this world doing, showing us that? Now, Steiner said, yeah, we came from a place of spiritual imperfection. We need to be made perfect in the eyes of this world, to enter into this world, come across the threshold into this world. That's what we're trying to do, folks. We're trying to get in. We're not trying to get out, we're trying to get in. The God of the Bible is trying to get in. Everybody's trying to get in. It's not like we are going to heaven. That's not what the Bible says. It says we're bringing heaven to earth. We're bringing them in. He wants to have dominion over this world. He wants to create this world according to his own spirit. Create matter, form matter according to his own spirit. He is in a state of imperfection, complete imperfection. You see the ones in the world that are the reflection of that spirit, and you see the fruit of their spirit in this world. Yeah? And it is full on destruction. So no, they are not the higher level of consciousness. So then what is the level of consciousness, or what is this world that is showing us ourselves? And I say this world is the greater reflection of the Creator itself, because Creator itself creates many forms. They are all Him. They are all a possibility that was contained within Him and that come into being. And again, in this world, you see the reflection of that. You see the reflection of different states of being, like tree, like animal, like, different levels of consciousness, they're all occupying the same space in this world. And the highest level of consciousness is to actually function in the diversity that is Creator without being destructive. To find a place in it where you can receive for yourself. Absolutely. You should. You must. Existence needs to receive to sustain itself. It does. But it needs to be in balance with everything else, and it should give to everything else. It should give and receive. And that is actually, to be able to do that, to be able to exist in that diversity that is Creator, that is a higher level of consciousness. The Lord God of the Bible that wants to have dominion cannot exist in that higher state of consciousness. He is below that. He thinks himself above it, but he's actually below it. And that is what happened to us. We thought ourselves above this. Yeah, and now the world is showing us a reflection of ourselves that says, darling, no, you're not what you thought you were. And now we're getting all annoyed and calling the world a liar. So we're coming here to reach a higher state of consciousness, because this world is the reflection of a higher state of consciousness. If we even got that the right way up, we're saying we're coming here to learn. We're coming here that this world will teach us. Instead of saying we're coming here to, rule over this place because we are so much greater. This world is greater than us. We came from a state of imperfection. Our soul is the ugly thing on the threshold that is trying to perfect itself so it can come in. We need to reach that level, the level of this world, to come into this world completely, and then we will know this world beyond the level of the material. It will open itself up to us. The knowledge of it will be given. We haven't reached that level yet. Now there are those in this world, and that's the last thing I want to say, that are trying to reach a level of enlightenment by committing acts of violence against their flesh, which is actually just a reflection of themselves. So they think by beating themselves up, by starving themselves half to death, they will reach a great level of enlightenment. Now, if you really think that, and it will show you in the end, because they're being flung out into the knowledge of the underlying field. It is love. Yeah? It is altruism. It is giving. But then that's all you know. And that is actually next to nothing, because you know none of the forms that is created out of it. So, you think you can commit an act of extreme violence against yourself and you will be rewarded for that act. No. If the Creator is love, then an act of violence will not be rewarded with great knowledge. It will show you the basics. Yeah? Creator is love. What you just did is not. And okay, one last thing, and that is whilst we are in this world, and this world is trying to take us to a higher level of consciousness, is trying to teach us, it is sending its angels, its guides, yeah? Fear, anger, sadness, all your negative emotions, those are the angels that have been sent to you to guide you. They're saying you're going toward danger. What is happening is injustice in the eyes of this world. You're going toward loss. Yeah? Don't go there. Again, the higher consciousness that we are, I think, well, we are the enlightened ones, we know it all, we are all there ever is and ever will be. Oh no, we're not listening to that crap. That is just lower level consciousness. We are way above that. Get rid of that. Yeah? Don't listen to it. That is the world lying to you, because you are the enlightened one and this world is nothing. Completely got it the wrong way up. You came from a state of imperfection and you're trying to reach perfection. You're trying to work with correction to reach a higher state of consciousness. But we're being taught by the likes of the church, who are the representative of a lower level consciousness that is presenting itself to be all, and we must believe on that and serve it. I will not get in here. And really then, as I said, in the first instance, you come here with a completely wrong perception of yourself. This world is creating an image so you can observe yourself. And it's only when you've corrected your soul, it is through the correction of the soul that you can come across the threshold and deeper into the knowledge of this world. And if you are not ready, you are not going to be let in. So they say God will not give you more than you can handle. Well, if you only know solid, maybe that's as much as you can handle. You're not ready to go any further. You have not corrected yourself. You have not reached that higher level of consciousness to go in further. And as I said, through the correction of the soul. Not bringing in other gods that will clobber this world, I don't know, into the place that you want it to be. Not through violence against yourself, but seeing the truth that is in this world and correcting yourself accordingly. And that will get you in to a higher state of consciousness, which is what we're trying to do here. Right, okay. I leave it at that for today. And I talk to you again soon. Bye.